Welcome to another episode on our channel. I called this figure Judy, which means in apparently Hebrew origins, she will be praised, woman of Judea. I picked the name actually because of a family relative whom I really respect a lot. So her head sculpt is very similar to Sarah's head sculpt. In fact, they're identical except they have different shades of hair color. So it's just a wonderful head sculpt from my perspective. So we will pause. There are some differences, some similarities with the other figures, the post-apocalyptic figures, but we will pause and get close-ups from the feet all the way up to the top of her head so you can see her in much more detail. So Judy is primarily in black. She starts out with black boots and black pants. Instead of the gas mask here on her leg, she's got the gas mask holder instead. She does have this cord that probably could be used as a sling or something else. It's got carabiners attached to it on both ends. She's got, also here, she's got the headlamp and the pelt headlamp and a carabiner, and above that is just one grenade, which I want to tone down just a touch, get it closer to this color anyway on this cord. She's got some magazine pouches over here and a black canteen. I kind of want to weatherize those two things while I'm at it. And then the black tank top. She's got the wristbands here and elbow covers as well. And she's got this wonderfully weatherized M16A2, and she's only one of two of the figures that has the complete communication equipment to include headphones, walkie-talkie, that sort of thing. And the head sculpt is identical to Sarah's except for the color of the hair. So there you go. What we'll do now is get some tighter close-ups from here on up, side to side, as well as her hat. So we'll go side to side. And all the way over here. She's looking very good. And I think you'll see, even though, again, this is an unbranded head, I think it's absolutely stunning. So we'll be right back to get some details on the face. So here she is, and we'll just go side to side. I wish I could have gotten a hold of more of these head sculpts because they were so well done. Nowadays, it is getting much more difficult to find good head sculpts of females. There you go. So here is Custard. I'm just going to go side to side so you can see him more in detail. He only has one working eye, thus the one eye hole. They make some really great stuff, but they're kind of avant-garde, so, giving you stuff that you're not quite expecting. So if that's not your style, then you probably wouldn't gravitate towards these types of figures. But I had my eye on this figure for some time and finally saw a price I could live with. So there's Custard for you. We'll be right back. So this is the last piece that will go to the post-apocalyptic figure set. It'll be placed on a stand that we'll put together to house the 5 figures, the one dog, and we'll have this motorcycle there as well. And it'll be on a flat stand, and everything else will be just part of nature or something that we find in any abandoned lot is fair use, I think, for this diorama. So this was just a really cheap tchotchke that I got at maybe Ross, Big Lots, some outlet store that, I mean, it was just a few dollars. It was probably broken to begin with. That's why it probably was so cheap. But when I put it in my office, it was put together in a way that looked whole. But somebody somewhere along the way dropped it, I guess. Handlebars fell off. I don't know if they were horribly ruined and the person took the handlebars. I've had a few things break in my office. I've been able to put most of them back together, but the deer that I put back together, you might have remembered that. It had a missing ear. I made out of magic sculpt and put the ear back on, painted it, and now it's gone back to my office as a whole deer. But the handlebars were missing. And I couldn't figure out what to do with it. So I just took it home. And one day when I was just canvassing a vacant lot for things I could use, something out of nothing, I found this piece of wire that was shaped almost like a handlebar, of all things. Just one piece wasn't shaped the same as this piece. And I asked my husband if he could bend it to make it match. And he did an awesome job. It went on the motorcycle. Looks like it was meant for the motorcycle. It's perfect. Made the scabbard for the rifle out of a leather wallet, an old leather wallet I didn't need. And out of the same wallet came the 2 saddlebags. This is just felt, like a blanket that's used up here on top of the saddlebags with a couple straps that give it the illusion of being strapped instead of hot glued onto the saddlebags. I think it came out wonderfully. So we'll just kind of go quickly around and then we'll get some closer shots so you can see more details of this bike. Again, this is just a tchotchke made out of metal that was picked up at some sort of outlet store years ago. I want to say like 20 plus years ago. And I just added some things to it. Like I said, the scabbard, the rifle, the blanket, the straps, and the saddlebags, and the wire that we found to make handlebars out of it. So it will go with our post-apocalyptic group. And I think it's a fine addition to that set. So we're going to pause now and get the camera set up so we can go from here so you can see more details all the way up to the scabbard. And we'll be right back. So we were going to pan from here to here, but we'll lose parts of the motorcycle if we do it. So we just brought the camera tighter in, and I'm just going to slowly move around so you can see more details here. This is, again, made out of a leather wallet, as are the saddlebags. Just leather hanging around. I thought they would look good as a scabbard and saddlebags. These are actually basically decor items from probably Michael's. They're little keys, lock and keys, not the lock, but the key part. They're just facing away from the camera, the key part. Now this is not lined up, so I'll just kind of move it a bit better. My OCD is coming. There we go. I think that's, well, not perfect, but there we go. A little better. Anyway, so you can kind of see, especially at a different angle, I think you'll be able to see here. This is very much a key. Yeah. Maybe you can see it better behind the black. No? Okay. My husband say no. It is missing a light, but I don't think it ever had one, or these lights here. So I might fix that, because that would be cool to have that in place. And again, this is the holster, this is the scabbard. There's a rifle in the scabbard. This felt has the illusion of being a blanket, and there are, ties here to simulate it being attached to the saddlebags. It was repainted. I mean, we had to, I mean, the color I didn't like as much as this color. And you know me, I'm kind of particular about colors, so it has to have a nice color on it. This is a nice OD green. So I think it's very appropriate for this to join the diorama for the post-apocalyptic figures that we'll have. So yeah, there you go. The interesting things that can come out of a leather wallet. Woohoo! That was fun. All right, we'll be right back. Here's one last look at what we showed today. Judy, our last post-apocalyptic figure, joined by Custard, this cute one-eyed dog. And you know, I know people have named their cars, their trucks, their motorcycles. I was thinking maybe of calling it, you know, similar to the Sith speeder used by Darth Maul. I think I will call it the number 6, the 6th speeder. Give it a number 6 because the gas masks start with 2. That was my only choice, picking the first gas mask. I think what I'll do is I'll change all the gas masks to a different number. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I think that'll work. So anyway, it'll make sense to me. Whether it makes sense to you guys or not, I don't know, but I think it'll be fun. Anyway, I hope you've liked what you've seen. If you have, consider giving us a thumbs up and subscribing to our channel. In the meantime, everyone, please have a great day.